my experience as an athlete, food has played a very important part in my life. And now that I'm also studying nutrition coaching for a while, I've realized that there are a few mistakes that we end up making when it comes to our food. And one of the biggest mistakes that we make is that we end up storing junk in our house. We end up putting our willpower to test by putting that food in the house and trying not to eat it. I'm actually going to share some simple and easy hacks that will help you get over this. But before we get to that, let's begin with the warm-up. The warm-up's going to be a very simple couple of easy movements. You've done this before, so I'm not really going to spend time explaining on-the-spot marching and step jacks. You've done both of these before, so let's begin. Feet comfortably apart, 20 seconds on the clock. Now, let's go. On-the-spot marching. Now, because you've done this movement before, you could probably do it slightly faster. You've also done a couple of sessions, so you're more familiar with exercise now. Let's go. Let's do this, guys. Almost done. And done. Now we switch to step jacks. All right, 20 seconds of step jacks. Let's go. You know how to do this. Come on. Again, you can pace up a little bit. Only if you feel comfortable. Almost done. And you can stop. Amazing work. We are done with the warm-up, something like a pre-warm-up, I would say. I also have a strong mobility workout planned for you. Right after that, I'm going to tell you a very simple, easy hack that's going to redefine how you look at your nutrition. But before we get to that, let's begin with our mobility round. Today's mobility workout is going to be 3 movements, 3 rounds. These are 3 powerful movements that are just about to come. Slightly different from what we have done in the first 2 sessions. So please watch this carefully. The first one is the world's greatest stretch. This is how you set up for it. Raise plank, your wrist under your shoulder, head to toe, one straight line. Keep your right leg outside the right hand and then drop your right elbow down all the way to the ground or as much as you can, alright? And then raise it all the way up. Your vision follows your arm. From there, you go back to the plank and switch to the other side. And then same thing on the other side. We're going to be repeating this, alternating on both sides for 60 seconds. Alright? Are you guys ready to do the world's greatest stretch? We will do an alternating world's greatest stretch. So let's begin with the right leg outside, the right hand. And your 60 seconds begin now. Drop all the way down and then all the way up. Then other side, all the way down and arm all the way up. Let's go. This is a really powerful stretch. Works your hip mobility, works your spinal mobility, also good for the shoulder. There's a reason why we call it the world's greatest stretch, right? Let's go. Keep alternating. You'll also start feeling some burn in your quadriceps. You know why? Because you're kind of flexing them, stretching them while switching those legs, right? Let's go, guys. Just getting started. Come on. If you can't drop your elbow all the way down, that's totally fine. No stress. Almost done. And we're done with the first movement. Now, second one is the toe squat. You watch me how to do this and then we do it together. So what I want you to do is sit down as low as you can, your feet flat on the ground, hold your toe, alright? Both the sides. From there, keep holding, keep grabbing onto that toe and just lift your hip up, keeping your back straight, alright? And then all the way down back and lift it up again. Again, please don't worry about the range. If you can't drop all the way down, that's totally fine. Stay in your functional range. That's the important word for today. Functional range of motion. 40 seconds of toe squat. Let's begin now. All the way down and up. Stretch those hamstrings. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. This is an amazing movement, guys. I love this movement. This is pretty much a part of my warm-up every day. It's good to dynamically stretch those large muscle groups before you're about to hit a strong workout. So when you start progressing into, maybe doing some calisthenics, lifting heavy weights, all of these things are going to help. We're almost done with this, and done. Good job. How are you guys feeling? All right, the third one, the first two movements, we've kind of worked the hip predominantly. Now we're going to work the upper body, the upper portion of the back. So I want you to lie down on your chest. All right, this is again another beautiful movement. One of my favorites. Once again, lie down on your chest. You can keep your forehead down on the floor, or you can keep it up, totally up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. You start by keeping your hands behind on your back, raise your elbow up, and then create one full circle, getting your arms overhead and then back. Every time you begin the movement, you raise that scapula and your elbow up to activate the muscles. Keep it there, and one full circle. All right, we're gonna do this for 40 seconds, and I promise this is gonna burn. So let's get ready for it. Let's begin. Your 40 seconds begin now. One full circle, guys. A really powerful movement for the muscles in your upper back. And these are things that we actually need to do on a daily basis. Whether you're lifting heavy, whether you're doing some advanced calisthenics, the basics remain the same. The movement prep, the pillar prep remains the same. Almost done. One more rep maybe. And we're done. Whoa. How did that go? Nicely warmed up. Good job. We're done with the mobility round, and we move to the next part of the workout. But before that, I have a quick 30-second break lined up for you. And now is the time for the food hack that I promised you. So what I want you to do is, you remember the 5-minute, take a 5-minute action thing? So I want you to block just 5 minutes on your stopwatch, get inside your kitchen and only identify the food that is unhealthy for you. That's it. Just be aware that's your 5-minute task, 5-minute action for today. You get more aware and you automatically build a better relationship with your food. I'm also going to talk to you a little more about mindful eating, but we'll do that towards the end. For now, let's begin the next part of the workout. Next section of the workout, as usual, we'll do some bit of mobility once again and a little bit of core activation. This is actually not going to be a little bit of core activation. These are, a couple of my most useful, I won't say favorite, useful movements that I've planned in this workout. And I'm going to tell you why did I say useful during the workout. But before that, let's get to some action. So the first movement is the bent over flies. You did the prone swimmers to activate muscles in your upper back. Now let's give it some more work. So since it's bent over, you're going to stand with your feet comfortably apart. You hinge at the hips, keep your chest upright. You drop your arms down, keep your thumbs out, and then raise your arms up on the side, getting your scapula together again, squeezing the muscles in your upper back, right? Your thumb remains up. That's how you activate those muscles better. And then slowly get it down, get your hands in contact, raise it all the way up, squeeze those muscles. So what you're doing is squeezing those muscles, spreading them apart. That's it for 40 seconds. You guys ready? Let's go. In the setup, 40 seconds, begin now. Keep your chest upright, squeeze the muscles in your upper back, and remember that thumbs up, it needs to remain. Yes, let's do this. That's what it means. Come on. And you remember the feet? I would love it if you could keep it firm on the ground. Big toe, small toe, heel in contact with the floor. Third session, I'm sure you would have built more awareness about the stability of your foot on the ground. And like I said, it all starts there. And every movement where you're standing is not just about the muscles that you're contracting. It's also about how you stabilize your foot on the ground. And done with this. Definitely easier than the than the prone swimmers, but later on when you progress, you'll start adding some weight to it and all, and this is gonna work your rear delt beautifully. You've heard of those 3D deltoids? That's what it's gonna give you. Now the second movement is gonna be fire hydrant, working those glutes. 40 seconds of fire hydrant. We are going to alternate it. Please let me show you how to do that, and then we do it together. You're down on all fours, and from there you're just going to lift your right leg up on the side, opening that hip as much as you can. That's your functional range, right? So as much as you can, but make sure that you're getting the activation here in these glute muscles. So you lift the right up, drop it down, lift the left up, drop it down, keep alternating. 40 seconds. You guys ready? Let's do this. Let's begin your 40 seconds now. Right one up, down, the left one up, down, and keep going. You remember I spoke to you about the pillar preparation, pillar strength? The first one we did was for the shoulder, you know, the bent over flies. Now this one is for your glutes and your lower back. So, which basically means the muscles around your hip. And the pillar means your shoulder, hip, and the torso. So the next couple of movements will activate your torso. Almost done with this. And you can stop. Good job. Now we move to the third movement. Now this is where the most useful part comes in. This is what I told you, right? The most useful movements for me. First one, hollow tuck. Powerful movement. This movement also, it works your midsection beautifully. It also automatically puts your spine into alignment. So you need this. Everybody needs this. Down on your back, your knees, get your knees to 90 degrees, your hands on the knee, and what you want to do, your head down, you're resting on the floor. What you want to do is with your knees, you want to push in, all right? And with your hands, you want to push out. So it's going to remain here. It's going to look like you're not doing any work, but you're actually pushing in and pushing out. So there's a lot of tension here. And you will start feeling that in just a few seconds here in your abs. You guys ready? Just 20 seconds of this, but give me your best. Let's go. Let's begin your 20 seconds now. Yep. Like I said, looks like you're doing no work, but there's a lot of tension here in your torso. Push in with your knees, push out with your arms. Your back flat on the ground. Let's go, guys. 20 seconds. You're almost done. Keep pushing. And you're done. The next one, the most powerful core movement out there, we're gonna do the plank. So you're down on your elbows, head to toe, one straight line. Let's begin your 20 seconds now. Let's go. 20 seconds, head to toe, one straight line. Make sure you keep your quadriceps contracted, your abs tight, your entire body contributing to this one movement. Let's go, guys. Come on, guys, hang in there with me. You're almost done. Now you can get out of it. Congratulations, we are done with the mobility and core section. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about mindful eating. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it. I'm going to tell you what I think about it. But before that, we will just begin with the last section, which is the active recovery. Let's begin with the active recovery now. 20 seconds of on-the-spot marching, 20 seconds of step jacks, done twice. Let's begin your 20 seconds now. Let's go, speed. Towards the end of the workout, your core is nicely activated with, you know, all that pillar work that you've done. Your joints are nicely mobilized. So what I want to see right now is speed. You're almost done with your first 20 seconds. And stop. Let's move to the step jacks now. You know how to do this. So let's begin your 20 seconds now. Let's go. Towards the right. And then left. Let's keep moving, guys. I'm sure you're feeling great with that workout. Almost done with your step jacks. And stop. Let's get back to the on-the-spot marches faster. Let's begin your 20 seconds now. Let's go. Lift your knee higher. Keep moving. Just ending the session on a little bit of a high. Almost done. And stop. Last part, step jacks. Let's begin. Keep moving, guys. We're done with this workout. And you should be proud of yourself. Almost done. And finished. Congratulations. We've finished the third session, and now before we wrap this up, I'm going to talk to you about mindful eating. I'm sure you've heard this term before, but I'm going to give you something which is very actionable for you with respect to mindful eating. So what I would like you to do from right now is when you eat, you just, whether you're eating with a fork or a spoon or your hands, just make sure that when you have a bite in your mouth, you're not holding another bite in your hand, or you're not even holding that spoon or the fork. That's down there. It's just you and your food, no distraction, and you're taking one bite at a time. Now, whether you're eating the most healthiest thing in the world, or you're eating a cookie full of sugar, that's fine. But make sure you eat like this and see how your relationship builds up with food. This is going to be really, really helpful. Do it for the next few days and decide if you want to continue, right? I'm going to talk to you a little more about mindful eating in the future sessions, but that's it for now. It will be great if you could do this, and let me know if you have any questions. You can write to me on my Instagram. And now, the next session, we have a very, very special guest coming to share this space with me. We will be coaching you together, someone who's an inspiration for many, many people out there, including me. So you watch out for that. We are also going to bump up the intensity a little bit, so you be prepared for that. On that note, signing off for now. Thank you so much.